Do not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us.
Yeah, holla at us. Stay hollering at us as we get it in. Shout out to you on a busy Friday morning. It's your boy Big Vern. If you just joined us for the first time, welcome. We covered Bo Nix, him being the man in Denver. Also, we talked about the term hold-in and what a hold-in is and why the NFL Players Union negotiated the worst deal in history. Check that out. Now we're going to go from the AFC West to the NFC North. The Vikings, they signed Matt Corral. And they got me to thinking, who the hell is Matt Corral? And this out of CBS Sports and Brian Diardo. When you talk about Matt Corral, he's just a journeyman. His career has had the ups and downs. They don't believe in Sam Darnold because after J.J. McCarthy went down, they said one thing publicly, that he has their full support, but privately they're doing another thing. Now, they are comparing Matt Corral to Kurt Warner by pointing out a few things like the highs and lows of his career at the same point. Like Warner, Corral has had success in an alternate league. He's recently won each of his 3 starts of his UFL's Birmingham Stallions. I don't know anything about the Birmingham Stallions, but I do know watching the USFL is it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty entertaining. That's all I got. Like I said, it's pretty entertaining. And the NFL doesn't have any originality that they come up with because right now you're looking at stolen XFL ideas. Vince McMahon, and for all of his faults, Vince McMahon is a horrible person. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to tell you that this guy is somebody to be beholden. But Vince McMahon is a very horrible person. However, a visionary, you cannot deny him and that right. Because when he invented the XFL, a lot of things people was laughing. They called it gimmicky. It wouldn't work, blah, blah, blah. The NFL didn't do anything but go steal all his ideas. Yes, the NFL stole all of his ideas. And that's how I knew the fans are mindless sheep, that they go ahead and they usher into stadiums and take their money, and they're just marks. Because if it was goofy and dumb and gimmicky and it wouldn't work, and you all said that about the XFL, why aren't you saying the same thing about the NFL that didn't do anything but take those ideas? Yeah, about that. But again, I don't know too much about the Birmingham Stallions, so I hope that it was good. Now, I wish the UFL would be adopted into the NFL as sort of like a G League, NBA kind of thing of football. Now, I feel like that would pique more of an interest in their season. Now, Carroll came off the bench and he went 9 of 11 for 120 yards with 2 touchdown passes and leading the Stallions to a win over Michigan. Even Matt Corral's coach had this to say, and I think Matt is a very talented individual, but more than anything, I think today is an unbelievable lesson in resolve. Not in 4 quarters of resolve, but in 2 months of resolve, as he has had to stand on the sideline, and yet he has taken every week in practice. They've split reps to keep them both sharp and ready. It would have been real easy for him to just hang his head, sulk, pout, and yet he's been completely in it and ready for his opportunity. End quote. That's huge right there. The guy is a workman. Head down, he does his job, and what's the old saying? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So how does this all work out when you talk about Kurt Warner? When Trent Green went down with the Rams and they went after Kurt Warner, nobody knew what Kurt Warner could do. And that was largely because the internet really wasn't a thing. And a lot of folks who, even the experts who was on tape, they didn't know what he was doing in the Canadian Football League. And Kurt Warner was a dog. And he just happened to come along with Dick Vermeil, and then they were the greatest show on turf. And my God, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk, weapons. I mean, St. Louis was just a beast. And right now, they're saying that because of the way the cards have aligned, J.J. McCarthy is gone. You've got Sam Darnold. If Sam gets hurt, you got this dude. Now, Corral, they signed him. He didn't play in the last game. He didn't play in that second preseason game. Now, if you see him in this game, in this third game of the preseason, and you see what he's able to do, him and Darnold splitting time, and if he outshines Darnold, they might just be on to something. They may just be on to something. So, who knows? Is this more the same? Is this different? I don't know. I don't know how good Matt Corral is. But if people are pointing to Kurt Warner and him being on the same trajectory, now Minnesota just became that much more dangerous in the NFC North. And if that's the case, you've got to be crushed as Darnold, because for all intents and purposes, this is your gig for the year. J.J. McCarthy's not coming back. So it's down to Darnold and Matt Corral. Is this enough to beat the Bears? Is this enough to beat the Bears or the Lions or the Packers? Viking fans, let me know.